Thank you so much, Matt, for this beautiful and kind introduction, and welcome everyone. It's a joy to be here with all of you today. Our intention and GCC's specific intention is to provide a space for us to practice together, to support each other, and just to feel the power of compassion when we are able to learn a bit more about the different practices that are available. I'm going to focus specifically in a practice called active compassion or Tonglen. We teach these in different of the programs that I teach, specifically in CCT. And we teach it because there are moments just like these where we feel that there's not much we can do. And we might be at risk of shutting down and closing our hearts because it's too hard to stay and bear witness and stay present with the suffering. So this practice is really an antidote to that. We know that compassion in general is the medicine of our time. We know that it is very much needed. And when in doubt, all we need to do is to increase the dose. But right now, I know that this is beyond from what we are used to or able to process. So I want to honor each and every one of you here. I want to honor your experience and your presence. And I'm going to introduce the practice briefly before we move into it. But I would love to continue hearing and reading on chat. Where are you joining us from? So if you're just joining, please let us know where you are in the world, and just feel very, very welcomed in this space. And the intention is that we will introduce the practice, do the practice together, and then we'll have opportunities to share how your experience was, either on chat or just opening your microphone. So I have 2 slides. They are very, very simple, but I want to share them so that we can go over what is it that we teach. Let me see, I think here it is. Are you seeing my screen now? No, not yet. Okay.
It was loading, Maria Paula.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
It was just Friday afternoon slowness. There we go. That's working.
Okay, perfect. So as I was mentioning, we usually offer these practice in clinical sectors, just because we know that it's a very important tool to stay present while we are witnessing suffering. And there are some very basic components of the practice. So the main thing that we need to focus on is the transformative piece of the practice. We are not holding the suffering. We are just offering what is good in us with others. So there's a loving kindness aspect of it, and there's also a compassion aspect of it. So the loving kindness is expressed when we take the suffering that we are witnessing, or even our own suffering, and in exchange, we offer our very best wishes, our love, our warmth, or whatever we feel is needed in this situation. So I just want to reiterate that this is a very natural capacity. We've done this in the past when we see someone that we love suffering and we want to take a little bit of that suffering. We are used to doing this. We see that trees do this all the time. They are taking carbon dioxide and offering oxygen in exchange. And we also see that mycelium, the fungi in the earth, is doing this also for the trees that are sick or that need more support. And we are part of nature. So what we are going to practice today, even though it may sound new to us, it's something that is very ingrained in our human capacity and in our humanity. So the other aspect that I want to focus on is this transformative aspect, in terms that we are offering those things that are helpful in this situation: the empathy, the loving kindness, the hope, the relief, the clarity, the wisdom. And most importantly, we do this as a strategy to stay present for ourselves and for others when the situation is too hard to witness or handle, but also when we feel that there's nothing we can do, or when we are away from the situation, but we do still care very much. So this is the process that we're going to follow. We're going to choose maybe a person or a situation or an aspect of our own suffering that we want to do the practice with. And we're going to imagine that it's like a dark cloud. You can also imagine that it's just a blue cloud, anything that feels more comfortable. And we're going to inhale that suffering or difficulty into a place of light in our heart. And it's very important to remember that we are not doing this alone. This light is the universal compassion that we are just hosting in our heart, in the wisdom of our heart. And then in exchange, in the out breath, we make that the vehicle that carries our compassion and our good wishes. So it's a process in which we can take maybe a couple of in-breaths, imagine the light, and then in the out-breath, offer what is needed in this situation. So before we start, I want to take a moment to see if there are any questions or comments about this practice. This is a very simple introduction. It will be more clear when we do it together. But I want to make sure if we have questions, we can address them now. Good, good. So let's begin. Let's start just by adjusting our posture in any way that feels right for you. Maybe if you want to stretch a little bit, it might be the end of the day or the beginning of the day for some. In a way, we can ask our body, dear body, what do you need right now? And through the movement, we can start finding our posture, maybe closing our eyes. Even we can invite a hand to the heart or to the belly, whatever feels right. And begin by taking a few deep cleansing breaths. Inhaling through your mouth and exhaling through your mouth as well. Now inhaling through your nose. And exhaling through your mouth. And taking a few more breaths in this way as needed. And then releasing any control of your breath. And simply resting in the natural rhythm of your own breath. Allowing yourself to arrive fully to this beautiful community that cares just like you about what is happening in the world right now. Simply knowing that whatever you are experiencing, feeling, or noticing these days, you're not alone. And simply resting here, coming back to your breath over and over again as needed. And now I'm going to invite you to focus on the temperature of the air. Maybe noticing the warmth when you exhale, and the freshness when you inhale. And focusing on that for a moment. Realizing that the warmth makes it a different quality of air. It has a different flavor. It has your own warmth on it. And you can make it the vehicle for your own compassion. And now you can connect with the light in your own heart that represents your good qualities, your good heart, your strength, your love, your compassion, your wisdom. And notice how that feels for you. And you can continue to make this offering of peace, comfort, and courage to the world. Inviting the heart and mind to expand your compassion, to include all beings everywhere. And maybe repeating the following phrases in your own mind. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings be free from sorrow. May all beings be free from fear. May all beings be free from anger. May all beings be free from violence. And may all beings know peace and joy. And resting for a few more moments in this state of open-heartedness and open-minded compassion. Welcoming the peace and happiness that this compassionate mindset and attitude can bring. And now I'm going to invite you to bring to mind someone that you care about deeply. Someone that maybe is struggling or facing a moment of difficulty, pain, or stress. And allowing the attitude of compassion to arise freely. And offering the following phrases for him or for her. May you be free from suffering. May you find peace and joy. May you be free from suffering. May you find peace and joy. And now I invite you to imagine that this person's suffering is a dark cloud. And as you breathe in this dark cloud, you help this person to relieve their suffering. And you imagine that it dissolves completely in the light of your heart, in the spaciousness, the strength, and the love of your good heart. You don't have to hold it. You don't have to do anything with it. The darkness automatically dissolves in the light of your good heart. And your courage and willingness to do this allows this magic transmutation to take place. And as you exhale, imagine that the air is clear. With each out breath, sending an offering of peace, of joy, of hope, of compassion. And imagine that the rays of light and warmth reaches your loved one. Bringing them peace, comfort, happiness, strength, joy, and anything that they need in particular. If you get distracted, it's part of the process. You can start over. Just feeling the warmth, connecting with your good heart, with your generous spirit, and beginning the process of transformation. Just keeping our mind and heart in these two visualizations of taking away the suffering and in exchange, offering everything that is good in us, offering hope, peace, joy, strength, love, and compassion. And remembering that we are not doing this practice alone. That we are a channel for the universal love and compassion to take action, to take place. And that by doing this practice, we are recognizing and honoring our own good heart. Our readiness and capacity to help. Now I'm going to invite you, if it feels right for you, to begin to expand the circle of care in your practice. Maybe to include those in your neighborhood or your city. Breathing in, taking in their suffering, and breathing out, offering your joy, your peace, your love and compassion. And now expanding your circle to include all beings everywhere. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings be free from fear and anger. May all beings find peace and joy. May all beings everywhere be free from suffering. May all beings be free from fear and anger. And may all beings find peace and joy. And as you breathe in, imagine you can take away all anger, confusion, fear, and suffering. And as you breathe out, imagine that you can offer wisdom, love, clarity, peace, joy, strength, compassion, and any other quality that you would like to offer the world. And now release the imagery, maybe coming back to your breath, to your body. Allowing your heart to be touched by your own goodness, your own courage, and your boundless compassion. And we take a moment to dedicate our time together, our efforts, and our practice as a prayer for peace in Middle East. And taking all the time you need to finish your practice, maybe with a word of self-compassion, with a kind gesture, just thanking yourself to be here, to take the time to be here, or just maybe simply opening your eyes and taking the opportunity to see everyone that is connected here. 69 beautiful souls from all over the world. So if you want to just say hello, I see you, I honor you, I value you, dear human being, wherever you are. I don't know your story, but I do know that we all care. We all care deeply. So thank you. Thank you so much for your practice, for your time, for your presence, and for your compassionate, fierce devotion to act and relieve suffering. And we do have a few more minutes left if you want to share on chat how this practice was for you. If you have any questions or comments, this is also a good time to do that. But just deep bows and deep gratitude to all of you for being here. And we can share on chat if you have a word or two of how you're feeling right now after the practice. You're welcome to do that. And thank you, Federico from Colombia. I'm also in Colombia. Julie, thank you. Lilia, Lori, Dulce, Mazda, Bev, Colette. Thank you all for your comments and for sharing about your experience. Yeah, and I highly recommend a blog that I believe that was created by you, Matt. You can find it on the Global Compassion Coalition website on how to be present for what is happening, but also how to regulate our attention and self-care with the news. So that blog was very, very helpful for me. And I highly recommend it. If you have it there, Matt, we can put the link on chat. Great. So I see people are feeling more peaceful, grateful. Some of you are moved to reach out more to family and friends to join GCC. More calmed, powerful experience, marvelous, relaxed, and good-hearted. Beautiful. And Mazda, I'm just seeing your message. Peace and love to you all from Tehran, Iran. Peace and love back to you. So good to have you here with us. Yeah. Beautiful. And Adela, so good to see you here. Marjorie, beautiful. The trees outside your window help me. Yes, they help me all the time as well. So thank you for saying that. Beautiful. So we wanted this to be 40 minutes more or less. So we are coming to an end, but we hope we can continue to offer these practices and these opportunities to connect, come together, and remain sane and remember our humanity during these difficult times. So thank you all for coming, and we can open our microphones and just say hello and goodbye. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
so much.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you very
Many
much.
blessings.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you for the beautiful presentation. Just so real and touching. Lovely. Thank you.
Shukran, Andre. Merci. Dankjewel. Thank you.
Thank you. Kisses, everybody. Kisses all around.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Big love.
You. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Obrigada.
Goodbye.
Adiós.